Welcome to the program. I'm Sally Cockburn with you for another 2 hours of Talking Health, and I hope you'll stay with us because this is a topic that can affect many people. In fact, it's said that up to 40 people a day can actually have this, and it could be you. And this word puts fear into the minds of everybody over the age of 70. And I'm talking about hip fractures. The reason I'm talking about hip fractures is because our good friend Philip Brady, who is on holidays at the moment over in Hong Kong, you probably are aware, last week broke his hip, and he's in the Hong Kong hospital as we speak, and we hope to have a word with him later. And so in honour of you, Phil, and a speedy recovery, we're going to do tonight's show on fractured hips, and moreover we're going to talk about how to prevent them, but also how to treat them and what they are. And we've actually got the gorgeous Phil Brady on the line from Hong Kong. Hello, Phil.
Oh, hi, Sally.
Now, how are you? Oh, I'm very well. How are you? How are you going, and how's your recovery?
Okay, well, I'm speaking to you from the orthopaedic ward of the Queen Elizabeth Hospital here in Kowloon. It's got a very good name. In fact, they're chasing Australian accreditation as we speak, so that's very interesting. I might help them along the way, perhaps, with my recommendations.
Now, tell us what happened to you.
What's this?
Well, tell us what happened to you the other day.
Oh,
you fell down some... Sorry, can you hear me now? You fell down some stairs.
Try and answer your question. I had a nasty fall. I was just arriving at my hotel. I hadn't been in Hong Kong since 1979, when, of course, it was under British rule, and I was keen to come back and see how it's changed under the Chinese flag. Unfortunately, they were having one of their worst typhoons in 30 years. This was exactly a week ago, and we were forced to stay indoors inside the hotel. I'd wanted to go up to the pool area in film Victoria Island, and with a camera up to my eye and rushing around the interior of this marble floor, I didn't realise that the floor actually fell away to a basement level, probably with a cafe down below or whatever. And of course, at high speed, I tumbled down these marble stairs, head over heels, and could have done a lot more damage. Certainly, it was my femur, and as was just discussed, yes, that thigh is very tender at the moment and very stiff. So
you actually are very lucky, because falling down a floor's worth of stairs, if you'd hit your head, that could have been horrendous. And at least...
Well, you know, I did, because there was blood coming from the head. So they did a CT scan, and I'm pretty indestructible. Apparently, you might appreciate no brain damage there, Sally. So we wouldn't expect of an entertainer, perhaps.
So you've had your your operation, and you're now in the recovery phase, and we look forward to having you back home soon. And so, was it sort of, how quickly did you feel better after your operation?
Well, the operation was done last Tuesday here, and in the public sector of the hospital, and it's rather crowded, and of course I don't speak a word of English, and the food leaves a lot to be desired. I can't eat noodles and rice for breakfast, actually, but the recuperation has been slow. They've had me doing a little bit of rehab on a frame on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. The rehab people aren't here at the weekend, but tomorrow I'll get started in earnest, because within a couple of days my travel agent and my insurance people are flying me back to rehab in Melbourne.
Oh, fantastic. Well, it'll be great to have you back home. And as I say, this show is dedicated to you for your swift recovery, and we will get you a copy of it so you can listen when you get home.
Yeah, I'm sure to learn something. The amazing thing is, although I tumbled down all these stairs and did myself a lot of damage with my hip, my watch was not damaged, nor was my video camera, nor was my phone, nor were my glasses.
You're probably holding on to them, and you're probably falling in a way to avoid hurting them, if I know you, Phil.
and I think I was unconscious for a while, Sally, without realising it, because when I came to, all these security staff from the hotel were all gathered around looking very anxious, and there was a bit of blood spilled too from cuts and abrasions, but I guess I'm lucky to be alive, and it could have been a lot worse.
You are indeed, and I have Andrew, the orthopaedic surgeon, and Chris, the exercise physiologist, with us tonight, so we're going to talk very much in depth about hip fractures and repairs. So, as I said before, Phil, this one's dedicated to a swift return for you.
Oh, well, I've always thought you were a very hip lady.
Oh, thank you very much, Philip Brady. Always fun stuff. And we look forward to having you back on Nightline and Remember When. And, of course, Remember When is on after this program every Sunday night. And we look forward to hearing your dulcet tones very soon, Phil.
Thanks so much, Sally. Goodbye.
Bye, Phil. And, of course, that's Philip Brady, and I'm sure anyone who's a regular listener to 3AW knows Philip, and those who don't listen to 3AW, well, you're listening now, would know Phil from, Blankety Blanks back in the days. Of course, Good Morning Australia with Bert Newton when I used to do the show too, and Phil's just been really an institution, if you will, on 3AW and on Channel 9 and all sorts of channels. So